England and stuff, like they don't eat dogs and cats and whatnot. If, for example, there's nothing else to eat in the cupboards or anything, and that's the only thing that's on the table, you're going to eat it.
And say if there was any dog in the cupboards, would you eat dog?
I don't own a pig as a pet. Maybe some people do.
Just because you don't have a pig as a pet, it justifies killing pigs? How did that make you feel?
Traumatised.
Traumatised?
A bit sick.
There were little chickens being blended.
Do you know why?
Food.
That was part of the egg industry, and they were the male chicks. They blend up the male chicks in the egg industry. Do you know why?
No.
Because they don't produce eggs. They're classed as a waste product. Can you imagine someone classing a little baby as a waste product?
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah. Do you think that justifies paying for an egg?
Not really.
So the reason they do that to them is because people are paying for eggs. Would you guys say that you are against animal abuse?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm against animal abuse, but it's just, it's difficult. You know, I don't condone animal abuse, but if they're killed in like a human way, you know, like a, I don't know how you describe it, but if it's respectable, if it's like you're not harming them, then I'm for that. But
Do you think you can respectfully kill someone who doesn't want to die?
no.
What does humane mean?
No idea.
To show compassion,
Yeah.
benevolence. Do you think you can compassionately kill somebody? No. And I know you said you don't condone animal abuse, but if you're paying for animal products, you're supporting what's on the screen.
Well, I don't really pay for my things. My mum like obviously buys my food, so I can't exactly like choose what I eat most of the time. But most of the time, I don't really eat like eggs and stuff anyway. So
I always say to people, like, if you're living with your family at home, I'll give you a card in a minute and there's something on there that you can watch with your family. And tomorrow is Sunday. I'm sure you'll probably have like a roast dinner. If you came down, there was a roast dog on the table.
I wouldn't eat it.
You wouldn't eat it?
at all.
Okay, so why is it, say if there's a roast lamb on the table, why would you eat the lamb or the chicken?
Because it's more expected. Because like obviously it's more known to be eaten. Like in England and stuff, like they don't eat dogs and cats and whatnot.
So it's normalised.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like conditioning. Because say if you lived in China, it could be normal to eat dogs, right? Yeah? But what's the moral difference between a dog and a lamb and a chicken and a cow? What's the difference between them where one...
They're different species.
What trait does a pig have or that a dog has that's different that justifies killing one but loving the other?
Well, I feel like for years and years, like everyone has just been used to different kinds of food. So people eat meat, people don't eat meat, people eat certain things.
Yeah?
So I guess we've all just been very used to eating meat. We've been used to eating food that we've pretty much grown up with.
Yeah.
So I
yeah.
guess that's why it's just justified to eat sausage or...
Do you mean pig? Yeah. Do you think it's justified to eat pigs when we don't have to?
Not really. Obviously, if your mum's like making you food and you get forced to eat it because otherwise you
Are
don't
you
have
forced?
food. No, but like if say for example there's nothing else to eat in the cupboards or anything, and that's the only thing that's on the table, you're going to eat it because there's not much else that you can do about it.
And say if there was any dog in the cupboards, would you eat dog?
No.
No. Okay, so why is there a difference between the other animals and a dog is what I'm trying to understand.
I don't know, it's just more
Have
seen
dogs
to be
as
eaten.
pets, you know? I don't own a pig as a pet. Maybe some people do, but
So just because you don't have a pig as a pet, it justifies killing pigs?
no.
A dog, a pig, regardless if you have a pig at home or you have a dog at home, there's no moral difference. They feel pain, they feel joy, they suffer, they like fear for their lives. We're in the gas chambers, right? And do you think you have to eat animals and what comes out of them to survive?
No.
So it comes down to a choice. And you're in a really powerful position right now. You can either choose to pay for this, what you saw, which you're both against, or you can choose to find excuses and carry on, or you can choose to live a vegan lifestyle. Do you know what a vegan is?
Yes.
What's a vegan?
Meat-free, and anything that comes from an animal-free, like nothing.
Yeah, so you don't view animals as a product, something to ride, something to wear. We just don't view them as a resource for us because we're against animal abuse and exploitation. Would you guys say that you are against animal abuse and exploitation too?
Yeah.
Your heart is vegan. So what would stop you aligning your actions now with your heart? Or would there be anything? Or would you just live a vegan lifestyle and not pay for this?
Might just live a vegan lifestyle. Seems a lot easier.
Yeah.
Do you think is it easier for the animals to go through slaughterhouses like this, you can see the baby on the screen, than to just go home and be like, Mum, I'm vegan now because I'm against animals abuse and exploitation. I don't want them to be killed for me.
Yeah, it's easier to go home and just be like, I'm not eating that anymore.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, if I was a parent and I had a child that come to me and was like, Mum, I don't want to hurt animals, I'd be really proud that you want to be kind. The other way of living is unthinkable. You're putting male chicks into a blender, you're killing baby calves in the dairy industry just to drink the breast milk from a cow.
Yeah.
Have you got any questions for me? Anything what you saw or anything?
No.
No. Okay, I'll leave you with this then. You're either against animal abuse and exploitation and live vegan, or you're pro it. You're either the oppressor or not. If you've got your phones, I can give you a QR code that you can take. There's something on there called The Best Speech You'll Ever Hear. I really recommend you watching it, because any questions you have, it will have like question and answers, and for your mum and dad to sit down and watch it too, so that they can understand where you're coming from when you come back home and tell them about what you've just seen. But anytime you put even a tiny bit of money into these industries, you're funding them to keep them open. All right, thank you so much, guys, for having this chat. See you later. Bye.